We will not forget that young 36-year-old couple whose biological clock is running out faster than they can afford to buy a home and have kids.
I got questions about this 34-year-old couple. Have they been a couple for 34 years, or are they both 34? Fun fact, Pierre is 8 years older than spicy Melania, which is probably one of the reasons why their whirlwind romance reads like an HR complaint. You could have just said they're a young couple, or a couple in their 30s. Maybe Pierre should not have stopped the drugs to his speechwriters. You know what you know what young adult women really love? When socially inept straight dudes talk to them as if they're birthing chambers that unfortunately come with a personality. By the way, what happens when the biological clock runs out? Do women lose their value once the clock runs out? Is it like driving a car off the lot? Should men be worried about redeeming the fertility of their wife before the contest window expires? If a woman gets pregnant outside of the preferred window, does that mean that she's gone into overtime? If she acts as a surrogate for a gay couple, is she donating her time? Can she get a tax credit? Or do the gays need to be a tax-exempt political nonprofit? Here is a fun fact. If a straight couple wants to have a kid, nature takes over. He pretends to have a latex allergy, she says that she has an app on her phone and she's not in her window, so it'll be fine. Then, if sitcoms are any indication, she starts throwing up, decides to pee on things, and then goes through an emotional roller coaster where she isn't sure if she wants to keep it. Then, depending on how creative the writers are, she either decides that she's going to keep it, or her gay best friend or straight lady friend drives her to a clinic and they're probably harassed by a protester outside. Ideally, it ends with her kicking him in the balls, but no cops are ever called. Yes, young Canadian families are having to choose between having kids and affording rent. And just to be clear, your plan is not to call out your buddy Galen Weston, who is one of the biggest reasons why so many people can't afford groceries. Of course not. He gives you money to campaign and pretend that it's all Trudeau's fault that he keeps jacking up the price of everything, so that he can have even more incalculable wealth that he can't truly fathom. You know what? Families don't need to eat. Let's look at your housing plan. You're going to allow people and companies to buy new houses up to $1.3 million and pay no GST. Not just first-time home buyers, you're planning on giving the same tax breaks to private equity firms who keep buying up new homes and only letting people rent them. So the way that you're going to help this specifically aged fictional couple afford to have a child is to give private equity a tax cut so they can rent out a new home to this couple where they can slide deeper and deeper into debt and quickly grow to resent each other and the child that they did it all for. Wow, Pierre, your version of Canada sure sounds post-apocalyptic.